Right, so folks, I'm joined by Martin Horgan, the boss man of Siam Warriors and the man behind the promotions, the Super Fights in Neptune, fights down through the years, and now most recently the Capital One show, which will take to Dublin City, the Citywest Convention Centre. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you, Liam. Thanks very much.
So Martin, I just wanted to kind of bring in to have a chat about this whole Capital One thing. It's a kind of another big step in the evolution of your kind of promotion career, and I wanted to kind of start by going back to the beginning. And I want to, I would have come into the scene like when you started doing the super shows in Neptune, but I'm sure you did shows before that. Can you remember the very first one?
I can. Well, the very first one would have been from a gym myself and Seamus had in Ballincollig, which would have been at the time Ballincollig Muay Thai, Ballincollig Thai boxing, and I suppose about a year or so into our show we started to develop fighters, and we had a core group, including ourselves fought as well at the time, had to take a small back step to train those fighters, but the plan was myself and Seamus would fight in the show, and we'd have our new lads, up and coming lads, and they were at having a few fights around the country. The likes of Darren Cashman and stuff were starting to build, he would have been on his fifth or sixth fight now at this stage. So we were going to have our own show, just like any gym would showcase their own fighters. So we're going to put on a card of 13 fighters, mainly our own, and against other gyms from around the place, where you would have the variation before. You might have just had Galway, Dublin and Cork. There wasn't so many gyms as before, so we started off, and the idea was myself and Seamus to fight, but then as you moved on, it was getting a bit too much for us, so we left Seamus as the main event on that. I stepped back and ran the show then, and we did it up in Silver Springs, and at the time, and still to this day, with a big massive crowd up there, a full house up there, and we just went on from there then, really,
The Silver Springs is always a great venue. It's got the bar there, it's got the low ceiling, makes it a nice atmosphere. The room is for 400 or 500 or 600 competitors or spectators, it was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, and more, the place it's a big room. Before that, previously it had been Jory's, where Anthony would run all the shows, and Jory's, you would have been packed up the door at 500 people, and it was so then we went up to Silver Springs, and the events took off from there, and I started exclusively doing up in Silver Springs first, and then other people started using the place, so I just started drifting away from Silver Springs just to keep my name exclusive that I wasn't doing.
Yeah. And the first show in Neptune, then, which one was that? What year was that? Or
well, previously, ever before me, there was a guy, Rocky Lawler, who you could say for any of the kickboxing trainers around the country at the time, and even at Nick Horgan, that Rocky was way ahead of his time. I was only over in Italy, in Greece at the ISK World Championships there last month, and I was talking to Owen Doyle and other people there, and Larry's kickboxing gym, and they were telling me and I knew of it anyway. Owen was doing Rocky Lawler was doing big shows with Paul Lennon, who was massive at the time, kickboxer at the time. He was doing massive shows in Waterford and in Cork and Dublin, but he was way ahead of his time, Rocky Lawler. But they were the first shows in Neptune. They'd have been in early 90s, but then I would have followed suit. I suppose the super shows where I started bringing the likes of world title fights with John Morrison versus Cedric Muller would be the most notable first one to come out, and then you would have all the main Irish guys on that card underneath them, Seamus, Aaron, Darren Cashman, all these guys who were just slightly underneath that world title fight, and we went on from there, and you would have went on to Sancho and the Toys versus each other, and Paul Daly and all this.
That's a totally different dynamic than dealing with first of all dealing with fighters from different gyms around Ireland, but when you're talking about dealing with these big international superstars who fight on Glory and UFC, Paul Daly fought in UFC and Bellator and all that, it's a totally different dynamic. You talk about having to deal with kind of different personalities from around the world, and who's the best and who causes you headaches and
well, I've dealt with them all, fighters who are on all those big events, you're dealing with managers, you're dealing with all that, so a lot of these fighters, you get a lot of big events of fighters totally training for that event for 4 to 6 months, but a lot of these fighters are fighting a lot more regular, they're building up their cash, really. So they're going to fight regular, and they might be only on a month or 3 weeks before your fight. You might have exclusively have them for a 6-week gap between or all that, like it might be
So
possible.
you're
Because
biting your nails watching them in case they get knocked out or hurt
like,
or
you're not
cut or
going to
something.
stress out of it, like because if it happens, it happens. There's nothing you can do about it. But
Yeah.
it's good to have a bit of an alternative, maybe a slight plan B. Like, but it can. I've done it loads of times. I just change things like that. Like I bought Rung Ravi. First time Rung Ravi, one of the big Thai champions there, brought him in on 2 weeks' notice. That was because of it was actually interference from someone else trying to stop another Thai coming in. But we moved on, brought Rung Ravi, and great things later. Rung Ravi fought 4 times there afterwards, and he was an established
He's a crowd
fighter.
favourite, like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, like, back in the day, like, the man was a beast.
What was your favourite show of all the shows you've run so far?
Favourite show? I think every show has something special on it, like, definitely standouts would have to be Sanchai the first time he was there. Everyone was amazing seeing him come in the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 Thais, Parnsney and Rung Ravi, when they let go at each other the first time, they were just starting to really unleash in the third round between elbows, knees. They were starting to really flow into the shots if you just watch it. But Rung Ravi got knocked out in the third round. That was a good moment to have the 2 of them against each other. Paul Daly was he was a presence to come into a show, like,
Yeah.
and I got him what I considered a real hard fight. Number 3 in Glory to fight him, a Russian guy. But Paul finished him in the first round, as Paul does. So they're all big standout fights. Jordan Watson's excellent to bring here. There's some really good guys came, like, so every show has a standout fighter, like,
And is there an international big show that you kind of aspire to kind of be the Irish version of in the years to come?
Well, all the international shows that you see, like, around the world, like, they're essentially multinational backed, like, so it would be excellent to do a sort of event where you had a Thai mixed card and some K1 card, Thai as in full rules Thai elbows. I'd like to see a card where, like, you'd have 5 real good top class fights, like, and put under the light of, like, the way Glory and Bellator have it, where you have the full rules version and you have the Thai flowing and give people get a real appreciation of how fast and how exciting it is, and the no breaking and constantly the fight constantly going, like,
And if you had a wish list of the best fight that you would ever want to put on, you could have anybody from any organisation, UFC, K1, any stadium, and what's your favourite? What's the fight you actually want? Just you're dripping at the mouth trying to promote.
There's loads of fights I'd like to do and quite possibly can do and will do, like, I deal with a lot of people, who want to sort of co-promote and I think I'm only a fraction nearly there maybe of doing something real big on the cusp of things, like, so we'll steady along and there's fights there I really want to do, and I've spoke to people and they can be real big, like, so I'm not going to say what they are or why, because I don't want them taken on me.
And you're talking about co-promoting then, and in this particular show, the Capital One show, you have the belts are put up by Muay Thai Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Just for the non-Thai fans that are watching in, what's the significance of the Muay Thai Grand Prix with regards to kind of putting these belts on?
Muay Thai Grand Prix is essentially Kieran Cadell and Philip Chew in London. Like, Kieran's very, very experienced. Philip is as well. Philip's working with Phoenix now, the MMA promotion that's getting big in the Middle East. He just had a show in the Lebanon. He's having another one in London. And then Kieran's worked with everyone in Fusion. Kieran's fighters are all over the world with Infusion. They're with K1 in Japan. Very big in the ISK under Paul Hennessy. ISK then are, they're essentially the body that covers sanctions the European and American fights for Glory, for Bellator, for K1, and they essentially pick the Europeans that are going to go to Japan and these events, like, so it's very good to work with these people. But back to your original question of the Muay Thai Grand Prix, I'm showcasing their belts on the show, because the Capital One event is sort of going to be, the Capital One is going to be the main banner, but it's not to say that I can't showcase other sort of other organisation stuff underneath that main banner, like, so you'll have the Capital One banner, but I can do the Muay Thai Grand Prix belt, and an ISK belt and so on down the line, like, you know, different organisations go under that banner, like, so that's the overall objective.
So you're almost kind of separating the promotion from the association.
Exactly. So the Capital One event will be the overall event you're going to, but that's not to say that you can have events within the event, like, so overall banners Capital One, and then as time goes on we'll see what happens.
It's kind of like you take an inspiration there from like the fact that Bellator do the is it, what did they have last time? They had Bellator, and then they had another Bellator kickboxing, and then Bellator MMA, and then
exactly in Italy you would have a situation where you would have the shows called Octagon, spelled with an OK rather than an OC, Octagon, and he would have had like the Chinese promotion on it. He would have Bellator kickboxing, he'd have Bellator MMA, he would have his own victory series. So the Capital One would be sort of essentially like that. You're going to have events within an event, like, you know, so it will grow. And
the Citywest is the venue in this occasion. Another step up in size as well. What do you know what the capacity is?
In this one you're in the Citywest. You're in the Citywest biggest suite, which is the Sycamore suite, and next door then you have the Citywest Event Centre, and we'll see which way things go if we jump from there into that.
But so you have the flexibility to move from one to the other, closer to the event, like.
Not close, not for this event. We're going to stay in the suite itself,
okay.
Like, but the suite is like you know, like you're talking something. A really nice venue, be a very good atmosphere. You're not in an arena type area, like, you know. So
is that the one that has the double height ceiling, so you have a balcony over the ring?
You do, but you have no pillars, like, you know. You just have a straight run room with like something be essentially like a massive hotel room, like, you know, so it's a big suite, like, you know.
Yeah, cool. No, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So just let's talk about the show itself. You have the main event. Topic versus Paul Barber. Do you want to talk about the two lads there and how did that come about, and why is this such an exciting fight to watch?
Well, Topic, like, you know, if you're in Thai circles or just even stand up fight himself, everyone watches Topic. Like, you only got to just go onto his Facebook page or Instagram. He's very popular, and just his machine gun, like, constant attacking the pads, and Topic's been all over the world. He spent his time in Thailand. He's, you know, Sanchoi's name pops up and everything, but he has fought Sanchoi, and he's had a real hard slog in Thailand. He was Lion Fight, which is essentially the number one Thai boxing brand in America, and anything, as you know, with the UFC, anything that's American is big because it gets all the exposure and everything. So
that's the fight that was on Access TV. I think we have that clip there. I'll actually flash up.
Yeah, that's the one. Like, you know, so they're on Friday night fights on Access TV, and Scott Kent, who runs Lion Fight, and he works very closely with Kieran Cadell as well, and Muay Thai Grand Prix. They sort of cooperate together, like, you know. So it's a good thing for us and Irish fighters to be on the undercards of a Muay Thai Grand Prix world title. So, you know, with all these guys watching you, you know, you can be picked up if you're on the card, like, and they can see you. So, like, that guy, he could be. But essentially, back to the Topic fight. Topic's just really popular. He's a real aggressive fighter. He had a great fight with Steve Malidi, another Irish guy.
Yeah.
For this fight, he's going to fight Paul Barber. There's a clip from him on the event page. Paul's really, really tough, like, you know.
There's
so
knockouts with the elbows there.
Yeah, he's not afraid to just stand there, trade elbows, hammer up the kicks.
Yeah.
So I think Paul and Topic will be a fairly full on, no holding back, hard hitting fight, like, you know.
And then, of course, you have the other big fight then, the Craig Coakley and Steve Malidi then.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, would that be co-main event, would you reckon?
Oh, absolutely, like, you know, I mean, like, Steve Malidi, he was years now and real solid. Again, if you even watch Stephen's fight with Topic, like, neither the two of them, they really hammered home that fight. Like, they're actually 1-1. They did one fight in Thailand before, and they did one in Connecticut in America on Lion Fight. That was two real tough fighters going at it. Like, there's no quitting Malidi. Like, you know, he's really strong, really just power forward type of fighter, skilled as well. He's trained out of Bad Company in the UK, so really top camp, like, you know.
And Malidi was the first time he brought Sanchai to Ireland. Malidi was the captain of Ireland. That you said, right, who are we going to give Sanchez a decent scrap with, and
Yeah.
Milady was the name that popped.
Yeah, well there you go. Like you wanted to bring the Irish equation into it. Like so, it was Sanchez versus Milady. Like Sanchez. Like it's like if the more European or outside of Thailand fighter steps up against him, the more Sanchez will step up. Normally he'll entertain and hurt you at the same time. So
he's nice that way.
That's what it is. He'll give fighters a bit of a chance too. He's gifted, like
Yeah.
But between Coakley and Milady, like Milady's done loads. He's had years in Thailand. He's done it all. He's fought in all the big promotion in Thailand. He's well known. He's the white boy in amongst all the Thais and a lot of these events. So he's well known there. But essentially, Craig Coakley has been, he's eliminated all the Irish opposition. Anything they brought over from internationally, I've done I've done loads of Coakley's fights on Cage Kings, and he's come down to Cork a lot, and we've matched him off, like. But he's mad to just stamp his mark, like. But this game Thai box all about levels, like, and we've seen Coakley completely wipe out all the levels that were available to him in Ireland and the international ones. But now, to prove that he wants to be like good top European level and attacking the world level, he's going to prove it against Milady, who is that level, who could mix it with world class fighters. But the essential thing about it is they're both from Dublin, which is great. So you're
big
going to Coakley is extremely popular, and it's going to be a big fight in Dublin, like.
And just on a couple of the other Dublin fights, then you have Paddy Douglas, Wayne Grant, you have Aidan Brooks versus David Blask, Scotty John and Aaron Brown. Collie Murphy is going to face off against a guy you said, Matthias from Bad Company. You have there's a good few more. Obviously, I'm just kind of listing off the ones off the top of my head. Off the sheet here, the cheat sheet. But kind of come down this side of the country. Then we're gonna kind of focus a little bit on the Munster lads. Let's start off with we've a couple from Waterford. You have Shane McConnell versus Alex Sycamon. As you said, that was Sycamov. Sorry, that was that's a rematch of a very exciting fight that's available on YouTube.
It is.
As well.
His name is Akamov, but
Sycamov
will do.
Sycamov.
But Shane McCulloch and Shane and Alex are they're gonna have a right tear up, because it's actually a rematch. Derek Flynn done at the Cobra Show, outstanding fight. Like you only got I like Alex. He's from Mike Sosie's gym, 309 Falang Malloy, the gym is called. He's really exciting, really good, very evasive. He's very entertaining as well. Like he'll laugh at shots, he'll fire back shots. Shane McConnell is highly entertaining, young lad, like,
tricky.
Yeah. He's again very entertaining. He's pulling out jumping elbows, jumping knees, but he can bang in the big solid shots as well. Like, and the two of them are going to be highly entertaining fight on the card, like,
Yeah, and then there's Mohammed Kale. Mo Kale, he's going to be fighting Dommy Kelly on the card, so we have a little bit of Waterford Cork going on there as well.
Yeah, again, like Mo Kale, similar, the two top lads from Waterford, they're their best guys. He's again, he's exciting, like, he's prepared to put in the hard fight, and then add the jumping knees and some of the very exciting stuff to it. And you have Dommy's just coming back there now after probably a year and a half out. Dommy, he's fast, he's moving, he's grinding it down, he's coming at you from all angles. So Mo and Dommy, the only thing for Dommy, he's stepping up a sort of division here again, like, to 70 kgs, as where he normally would essentially been a 67 kg fighter.
Yeah.
So he's stepping up for this one. On his first fight back, I'm sure he'll go back down to 67 after this. But again, to make the fight, Mo could probably make 67 as well, like, so they're probably doing both a favour by doing it at 70. But that's going to be really good. Yeah, exactly. Really good, more exciting, like, more exciting fight.
And just to kind of feature the other lads that are on the card from Cork, then, so just from your own gym, you have Owen Mack and Robbie Drought.
Yeah. Owen Mack has been on every major event in this country since time began. He's been on it from, as you talked about, the first super show there with Jordan Watson, Cedric Muller world title fight. Owen Mack's been on them all. all the Siam Warrior super shows. He's been on the Cage Kings show. He's been a Cage Kings champion. He's been on the Cage Kings Dublin card. Was he on the second one? Oh, it's embarrassing. I'm his trainer. I can't remember. He was on the second one as well, and he's been on them all. I know he's on Capital One. Like so.
Yeah.
So
we've talked before about Owen having the record for the most number of fights in the Neptune Super Fights. He's the one that's been on all of them.
He's the most record for everything. He's been on essentially on all of them, except for the second one, Rungerview, I think. He's been on them all. He's also stopped people with leg kicks, elbows, punches. Stop people with essentially everything you can stop him with on all the shows. And I think probably is about the most amount of stoppages on it. No, he's had his own hard times on the show as well. It's not all plain sailing, but that's the game you're in, like, you know.
That's it. And Robbie.
Robbie's going to join the card as well from our gym. He's fighting a guy, Malcolm Griffin. You'd say Malcolm's a lifelong martial artist, been around the block a lot. Like, he's missing years, but Robbie himself is only on his sort of climbing back into things there now again. He's building up the wins, like, he's sort of just come back after a long layoff, like, you know. So. And
just a few of the other Cork lads then are on the card. You have the Dommy's teammate from Spartan, Barry. What do you call him? The Slug?
No, I don't call him that. That's his nickname though. But yeah.
That's his fight name, is it?
I think so. That's what his buddies call him, like, you know.
Slug,
that's his buddies. Greg Hart calls him that. But I don't. I call him Barry, and Barry says, or Mr. O'Connor, because he's a school teacher. Barry's on again. Barry's exciting, very evasive for a big guy.
Yeah.
He's going to take.
Yeah, he moves well, heavy leg kicks as well, doesn't he?
He does. You know, Barry's there's a lot of him there, like, you know, so he can do that, like. But I think essentially the thing you spot about Barry, you know, he might look up like the most ripped up man in the world, like, you know, but he's a good fighter, like, you know. He'd shock you, like, you know.
And then you have Ryan Kremen is opening the show from Cobra, young lad.
He is.
Big step up.
You know what, the thing about the show is, like, you had so many people wanting to get on. I didn't plan on doing a prelim card or anything like that, like, you know. It was just going to be essentially the main events and a pro card, like, but there was so many push for it and asking, so I put him on, and that gym is travelling up anyway. Derek has a bus load going anyway, so I gave him the chance to have someone on. So Ryan, and he's going to fight Craig Coakley's brother, which is, and he's an exciting young lad as well. He kept asking me, like, you know, I've 8 fights, 8 wins, so can I be on? Like, I goes, you know, how could I refuse him? So I let him on, like, you know.
And the other lad then is Damien O'Hare out of Samson. So.
They're on as well, like, again, same thing, like, every fight, every gym wanted someone sort on, so I was trying to give them, so they're going to be on, and the Samson crew are going to be on with Damien as well, like, you know.
Brilliant. And just some of the other, so Dylan Maher then is from Tip, he's from Courage Muay Thai.
That's right, yeah.
Does some training on Cork as well, they said, was it? Or
he does, he was going to college in CIT, I think, and he was up to us good bit there before Christmas and stuff for a couple of his fights, but I think he's back home, and he's back home now, and he was training with Walter the whole time in Courage, and Dylan's ambitious as well. Dylan's only in the sport, you know, a couple of years, like, you know, but he's full tilt. He wants to keep fighting, keep busy. I think he's been let down a few times there with fights, but generally I have the match from there now, like, and I'll stay the way it is, like, you know.
Yeah. So not the full complement of Cork fighters that we normally see on a super show, but like as you were explaining earlier, it's like it's a kind of a Dublin central card, really. You're going to have most ticket sales are going to be from the Dublin area, so put on the local derbies and get in those ticket sales. But
I think essentially the Sayamari Super Show and say this Capital One card, the thing that differs from my show is or these shows is that you have people. It's not just down to the friends and family of that particular fighter. I think people come who are involved in the sport. They'll go to these shows anyway to see the overall card, because it's such a packed card and so many big fights get you essentially on most local shows. You have maybe 2 or 3 A-class fights or Pro K1 fights on this show. Like you have 22 say A-class pro, and including your top international fights that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Like, so I think every show in the country, it's great to have gym to have their own show and showcase their own guys and have big shows, but essentially it's great to have one big event.
Yeah.
And Ireland isn't huge, like, you know, so to have one big overall event where every main guy can be on one show is a good thing as far as I'm concerned, like, you know.
Yeah, cool. So where are people going to get tickets, and what's all the plugs and the marketing now? Let's go.
The ticket sales are from every fighter will have tickets, every gym has tickets, and what I will say about tickets, I know every show says it, get them fast, but look, they're nearly gone, so get them.
Very good. So I wish you the best of luck with the show.
Cheers.
I'll be up there myself, I think. And yeah, looks like it's going to be another step up again for the Muay Thai, and great to see the evolution of the promotion business gone.
Yeah, we'll see where we go from here.